Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with some Total War Warhammer 2 news. It is time, folks. Creative Assembly has finally revealed the Skaven Lizardmen DLC, and here it is, the trailer. So we're going to sit through and analyze it together. I'm going to be starting and stopping it, pausing it quite a bit, so I definitely recommend you go watch the trailer in full first. I'll have a link in the description below to the trailer itself. And, you know, from there you can also get to the Steam page. We've got an FAQ to look through as well. So we're going to be going through all those things, analyzing them. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts. And, yeah, we'll see what we have in store. So let's start out with the trailer and see what we can pick out. Alright, so right off the bat, we've got Ikit Claw here. You can see from his claw hand, he's carrying a halberd, he's got the tubes all over him, and a beautiful shot of that rattling gunner. So the rattling gun's essentially like machine guns. They're going to be, you know, kind of a rapid-fire type unit. You'll see just a minute exactly how it's probably going to work, but... Oh, poor Ratty Boy just got sniped. And the lizard ran away. So, Ratty Boy is going to pick up his buddy's rattling gun and just start blazing shots all over the place. And you can see kind of how it's going to work a little bit with the rotating barrel. Ikit Claw comes in, starts shooting his flamethrower, and we've got our next unit confirmed here. If we go back just a little bit, Warplock Giselle, as you can see, these beautiful handcrafted long rifles inscribed with various Skaven runes. They've got these sort of warp scopes. Heavy's dude, you know, in front, helping to support and shielding from missile fire. So yeah, just overall, very cool to see the Skaven sort of quote-unquote gunpowder units. I know they're not strictly gunpowder, I know they're warp-fueled, but still very cool to see. I love the sound effects too, just the that boom-boom, you know, rat-a-tat-tat, as it were. Very fitting. And... here come the Lizardmen. So I'm not sure. These Saurus have a little bit of a different color scheme. I want to say they're just regular Saurus, but they look like kind of black and red a little bit. But here we see up on the Engine of the Gods here, this is Tenon Juan, the Prophet of Sotek himself. He will be leading the way for the Lizardmen, and we have a brand new Stegadon variant here, the Engine of the Gods. You can see in the background there were some flying units there. We'll get a closer look in just a minute. Yep, Ikit's not too happy about everything, so here comes another new unit for the Skaven. These are Doom Flayers, sort of like death motorcycle chariots, from what it looks like. They look very, very cool in action, but they're going to start cutting through the lines. They look like they're just punching through like chariots. Here are some Salamanders. This is going to be a ranged unit for the Lizardmen that breathes fire. Currently, they're going to get in here and start to just wreck these Skaven in melee. But they are a fast attack ranged unit that does fire damage. Ikit comes through, nice explosion attack from him, and we see here that there are some skinks that he's fighting. It's a little bit hard to see in that kind of quick shot there, but these skinks are actually holding two-handed weapons, if you can kind of look here. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see there, but they are holding two-handed weapons. So we've got, ooh, here we go, a new Bastiladon variant, Gary's crazy cousin. This is going to be the Ark of Sotek. You can see these kind of like little tube-looking things on its back. The lore of that is supposed to be that it shoots out snakes that then eat you. We'll see exactly how it works in battle, but certainly the model looks great. Ikit having a grand old time, and here we see a little bit better shot of the Ripperdactyls. They're a beautiful orange color scheme. They look a little bit more aggressive than your Pterodon riders, and they are going to be, of course, a melee unit. And now, again, we see another shot of a skink holding a great weapon here. Very clearly, he's got this two-handed hammer. And this giant Skaven Duke comes in and just finishes everything off. So a very, very cool trailer. Awesome stuff. Super happy about the DLC. So yeah, we've got a number of new units there in the trailer. Let's go ahead and go to the Steam page just to look through a few more things. So yeah, here it confirms Clan Scryer versus Cult of Sotek, Tenon Juan versus Ikit Claw. You guys can read through this on Steam page, through the Steam page on your own time. There's definitely some more information here, especially for the campaign. But let's have a little bit further look. Wicked Claw, the legendary Warlock Engineer. Let's see here. He has commands of the Winds of Magic as well, so he's going to be a hybrid caster melee lord. Should be interesting, potentially. Let's see here. Unique mechanics. They've got Forbidden Workshop, so this is going to be sort of similar to the Dwarf Workshop, except rather than crafting items, it looks like you're upgrading units. Doom Rockets, that's that sort of nuke they had there at the end, it looks like, is going to be a very, very powerful weapon. Once per battle, campaign only type deal. Let's see. Doomsphere. The Under Empire is a newly available feature to the Skaven. Interesting. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. Is that like the Pirate Coves, I'm assuming? Like establishing an Under Empire? Yeah, Under Cities. So yeah, I guess you can establish Under Cities now. Very interesting. Unique Lord, Warlock Master. So he's going to be another Lore of Ruin caster with some other special abilities, I guess. It should be interesting. Unique units, we've got the Rattling Guns we saw, Warplock Giselles, and Doom Flares. So 3 new unique units for the Skaven. They also have their Regiments of Renown listed out here, which I thought was very interesting. We're going to go through these now and analyze them a little bit, sort of talk about how they can synergize with the other Skaven units. First up, it gets Zap Zap Warp Lightning Cannon Regiment of Renown. Very nice to see already Regiment of Renown. These arcane artillery pieces stun their enemies with the Zap contact effect, increasing the ability's target's ability cooldown time. So this is going to be like the bane of greenskins, because of course Regiment of Renown artillery means it has a faster refire rate and is much more accurate. And of course, with that ability recharge time, it means that you're pretty much never going to be able to get off WA. This is also going to be really good against like vampires, both variants of vampires, anybody that really relies heavily on their ability and spells. This Zap Zap is going to be nasty against them. Of course, I mean, Warp Lightning Cannons are already 1,000 points baseline, so it'll probably be pretty expensive, but we'll see. Next up, we've got Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. These are clan rats with shields. Great. Nice to see a nice cheap Regiment of Renown. Fiery Vermin with high weapon strength who deal flaming attacks. Okay, so better stats, better weapon damage, flaming attacks, and they are also resistant to fire themselves, which is great. You very often see Lore of Fire when you're playing the Skaven. That's a very common pick against you, so that fire resistance is awesome. Blight Scab's Plague Pack, a Plague Monk Sensor Bearer that have an area of effect immune to psychology. Again, Plague Monk Sensor Bearer is already pretty squishy and expensive, so I don't know how much you'll actually see these guys, but the AoE immune to psychology is exceptionally useful for the Skaven, absolutely, to help prevent the massive terror bombs. Teeth Breakers, these sneaky shooters carry concealment bombs. They're Regiment of Renown Rattling Gunners with concealment bombs, so they can pop that concealment bomb, get into position, and then just open up hell. We've got Council Guard, Storm Vermin with Halberds, Regiment of Renown. Very, very cool. They are unbreakable and have Guardian, so that's both very good traits for the Skaven. Of course, having the elite halberd kind of guard unit with Guardian makes sense, and having them be unbreakable as well is just going to be awesome. We'll see what their price comes in at, but these guys are probably going to be an auto pick in most matchups. Nasty Bubo's Sharpshooters, the Warplock Giselles, the Ultimate Sniper Crew. They have Stalk and Snipe, so they can sit back hidden, and they will not reveal themselves while they're shooting. It's very powerful for a long-range shooting unit like Giselles. Dwarf Thing Menace, which has to be the best name of any Regiment of Renown in the game. Perfect for scything through tough Dawi armor. The Dwarf Thing Menace has the Sunder Armor contact effect and causes fear. Very nice. Sunder Armor, always good against the old dwarfs, and nice for Skaven to have access to it as well. It means that, like, for example, Sword and Shield Vermin will do a little bit better. Wheels of Doom, Doom Wheel, extra powerful missiles which confer Discourage contact effect, which, I mean, for a Doom Wheel, it already causes terror, so having that Discourage is just going to make it that little bit much more powerful. There are 5 additional regiments of Renown that are campaign only. I'm not really going to talk about these guys too much. You guys will get to experience them on your own if you choose to play the campaign. Moving on to the Lizardmen, we've got Tenenhuan, the Prophet of Sotek. Let's see here if they give any other information. Not really. Prophecy of Sotek is going to be his campaign mechanics, so you'll be making sacrifices and doing Invocation of Sotek and so on. The unique lord is the red-crested skink chief, so a skink generic lord. Melee focused, let's see, upgraded to ride a horned one, Ripperdactyl, and later ancient stegodons, so they'll have some nice mount options. And then unique units, Tenon Juan's armies now have red-crested skinks. Alright, so those are the skinks with great weapons, deal armor-piercing damage, they're also pretty fast. So yeah, essentially like nasty skulkers, but they probably won't have the smoke bomb, obviously. But yeah, nice cheap AP unit, that's great. Salamander Hunting Pack, these are the fire-breathing lizards. They are pretty quick. They also have ranged attacks, so another tool in the Lizardmen's arsenal. Ancient Salamander looks like it's a giant single entity salamander. Huge fireballs dealing high damage and making the target more vulnerable to further flaming attacks. Lizardmen do have a few units to do fire damage. You know, you've got your Fire Leech Bolas. The Solar Engine also does fire damage, so there's some potential for synergy there. I'm really hoping that we also see an expansion of the Lores of Magic available to Lizardmen. If we could get a Fire Slon and pair him with this, it would be super duper cool. But we'll have to wait and see. Ripperdactyl Riders, yeah, we saw them flying anti-infantry cav, deal powerful armor-piercing damage. They sound like a very strong unit. Ancient Stegodon with the Engine of the Gods. Let's see, it has a burning alignment beam attack, so some kind of ranged attack, and also gives an area of effect ward save, it looks like, of some kind. Bastiladon with the Arc of Sotek is a little bit more AoE damage focused. Looks like able to summon a writhing vortex of poison-dealing serpents. Interesting. So they've chosen to implement it as a vortex. I wonder how many, like if it'll have a certain number of charges. We'll have to see exactly how that's going to work in battle, but certainly going to be very interesting. Regiments of Renown for the Lizardmen. Should have started up some music, guys. I apologize, but it's all good. Let's see here. So, yeah, Ancient Stegodon. Let's see here. The Judgment of Zakmak, which calls down thunderous bolts of lightning to strike down enemies in melee. Interesting. That's, you know, a bit of an interesting one. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. If it'll just be like a bound, oh, what's that spell called? Like Uranus Thunderbolt or whatever. We'll have to kind of wait and see, but okay. Moving on now, we've got the Star Chamber Guardians, the Regiment of Renown Temple Guard. Again, Guardian, no surprise there. These guys also have expert charge, defense, and magic attacks. Very good stuff. They'll be great against those physical resistance type units. Colossadon Hunters, Ripperdactyl Riders, so a Regiment of Renown, Ripperdactyls with bonus versus large. Looks like they're going to be a very powerful monster hunter unit. We'll have to wait and see exactly how it plays out in practice, but certainly looks good on paper. Likewise, the Hopak cohort, the Cold One Spear Rider Regiment of Renown, they do not have Primal Instinct, so they won't enrage, which is awesome. And they also have Vanguard and Immune to Psychology. So they're essentially the Zintler's Cold One Riders, if you will. We've also got Saurus Spears, legendary Saurus Spears with Shield of Chakra, granting missile resistance in an area of effect. Very interesting. Certainly will be helpful for facing armor-piercing missile factions if you choose to bring big dinos, but yeah, we'll have to see. Umbral Tide, tireless and stealthy. Umbral Tide have both stock and perfect vigor. They're salamander hunting pack, so yeah, interesting. Salamanders with stock, they'll be able to get into a good position and just roast you. Regiment of Renown Red-Crested Skinks, they have Refuse to Die, which temporarily halts their hit point loss. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that means. If it's like an active ability you press and then it makes them invulnerable for a short amount of time, we'll have to see exactly how that works, but could potentially be very powerful. They also are unbreakable, which is great. Another unbreakable Regiment of Renown. This one actually, Red-Crested Skinks, depending on their price, this one could be pretty cheap, so they'll probably not be an auto pick in most matchups. Likewise, the Paha Sentinels, Pterodon Riders, 20% physical resistance isn't crazy, but drop rocks of Sundering is nice. They have armor sundering on their drop rocks, which is interesting, certainly. So yeah, Regiments of Renown looking really good. The Skaven ones in particular, I think will help them out quite a bit, but likewise, these Lizardmen, you know, especially like the Cold One Riders, Ripperdactyls, giving them a little bit more powerful mobility certainly helps, absolutely. So we'll have to see how it plays out in battle, but the Red-Crested Skinks probably going to be a really good option. Yeah, we'll see Let's also switch over now. There's one more page I want to quickly review with you guys, which is this FAQ here. So it shows what this campaign pack includes. Will be released on April 17th, which is a Wednesday, about 2 weeks from yesterday, so just a short amount of time. Let's see here, they'll be fighting for the Vortex, yep, let's see here. With their new unique faction mechanics, very interesting. New units, free content. This is the main thing I wanted to look at on the FAQ because it wasn't listed anywhere else. There is obviously a huge free update coming alongside the LIZARDMEN Skaven. As you guys know, they've been sort of slowly going back and updating the Game 1 factions, like they've done the Dwarfs and the Vampire Counts already. And it looks like next up on the list is Bretonnia. A refresh of Skaven and LIZARDMENs, obviously, with an overhaul of Bretonnia in Mortal Empires. This update could easily be our most extensive yet, so I'm very interested to see what they've got in store for Bretonnia. Let's see here, we'll be getting into details soon. Skaven Under Empire, we already talked a little bit about this, but it's a new feature that'll be coming to all Skaven Legendary Lords, so you don't necessarily have to buy the DLC to get access to this feature. Like Skrulk and Queek will be able to do this now. Following the release of Vampire Coast, a lot of people were calling out for something like Skaven. Makes a lot of sense. And Creative Assembly listened, so now they have, very similar to the Pirate Cove mechanic, they have Undercity that you can construct when you sack a settlement. You can do different things there, and yeah, Undercities can be destroyed by those that rule above, so very interesting. If you want to discover, if you're playing against the Skaven, and if you want to see if you have an Undercity, I guess you have to build specific buildings, deploying heroes, or other things. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm gonna be curious to see how this plays out from both sides. Additionally, LIZARDMEN Legendary Lords will be able to unlock a quest chain to seek out Lord Croak. What? I did not think that we were going to see Lord Croak. Although he's technically dead, his spirit remains and exerts power into the living world. Interesting. So it'll be like a unit that you'll have to go out and unlock through the course of your campaign. I'm assuming he'll be available for multiplayer, but we'll see what Lord Croak actually looks like in battle. Very, very curious. That is not something I expected. Wow, interesting. So the free Old World update, Bretonnia will be getting a number of updated features. There's the Vow system, which will be available to all Lords, Prophetess, Paladins, all that jazz. Replaces the existing Vow skills, and it looks like they'll actually have a quest now to unlock the after you take the Vow, you'll have to complete a quest. Yep. The character will receive a trait linked to the conditions of the task. Interesting, so it'll be a little bit more in depth than the current Vow system. Interesting. Very, very new, very interesting. New text, new Trident of Manan weapon for Alberic. Yes! Finally, Alberic is getting his Trident. Beautiful. New Confederation dilemma, that's going to be good. All Bretonnian Lords start the game mounted in campaign by default, that's great. Free Peasant Mob upkeep, so that's awesome. Peasant Mobs now cost nothing when you're not above your peasant economy cap. Just general, excuse me, Bretonnian improvements. Apologies for those of you wearing headphones. Increased duration for the Green Knight. Unlimited Green Knight uses when you reach the level 5 bar of Chivalry, so that's great. Yeah, no new units, which is a little bit unfortunate, but lots of new features for campaign. I'd be interested to see if there are any other multiplayer balance changes, and of course, having a Trident for Alberic is probably the most important part of this entire update. So, yeah, very fun stuff. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. That's pretty much all I've got for you today. We've gone through all the information released so far, so I personally am super duper duper excited. This has been a long time coming. We haven't had any new content since Vampire Coast, and that was, what, like 5 months ago? So, yeah, I am super stoked. There's a lot to look forward to, I should say, here. Let me know your guys' thoughts, though. What are you looking forward to most? Are you excited about the new units, the Regiments of Renown, the Lords, new mechanics? Let me know what you guys think. Certainly I'm excited for the new units, especially the Regiments of Renown, kind of finding out how those fit into multiplayer and figuring out new strategies, new synergies with both of those factions. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.